plan. This after it revealed at a congressional hearing yesterday that the words hurricane and tropical storm don't even appear in their whole printout of their response plan for what they would do if something happened to create a spill in the Gulf. It's 600 pages thick. That is hard to fathom. Considering that all these kinds of storms blow through that area all the time. Witness Hurricane Alex that's hitting southern Texas today. So joining me now from Capitol Hill, Louisiana Congressman Charles Boustany. Good to have you here, sir. Welcome.
Martha, really good to be with you. Thanks.
You know, it's really disturbing when you hear what's in this document that BP had to, sort of deal with the spill. It feels like it's a pretty generic document for anywhere in the world where a spill might happen. It talks about walruses. There are no walruses in that area. Haven't been for millions of years, right? And doesn't even talk about the possibility of a hurricane or tropical storm or what they might do in that event.
Well, that's amazing because we on the Gulf Coast always make preparations, and I know a number of our independent oil and gas companies have tremendous preparations for evacuation and what they're going to do in the event of a major hurricane. And so it is a little disconcerting to me, to say the least, that hurricanes are not mentioned in their response plan.
Yeah, boy, your area has been hit so hard, and we saw pictures this morning, our reporter out there showing just red-soaked beaches. And now with this storm brewing in that area, or having gone right by that area, the seas are red, and they really can't get out there to do what they need to do, can they?
Well, it really has delayed efforts. I know BP was in the process of constructing a third collection system for the oil that's leaking, which is supposedly going to really enhance the ability to capture this oil that's leaking. And that process has been delayed by the rough seas out there. But I think they will get this completed hopefully over the next few days so that they can really enhance the oil collection, because that's the top priority, is to certainly collect this oil, stop the leak. And of course, the relief wells are really the final answer to getting that done.
Yeah, and I want to get your thoughts on that in just a moment, because I know that just moments ago, you walked out of a meeting with Admiral Thad Allen and also Ken Salazar, the President's Interior Secretary, and Lisa Jackson from the EPA. Were you at all, satisfied with the response and how it's going and how they've stepped it up in the past weeks or so?
Well, we still feel on the Gulf Coast that there's not a sense of urgency in terms of coordinating this response across the Gulf Coast. And Admiral Allen did lay out a few ideas that they're starting to implement now that will enhance communications and coordination, logistics. One of the things he did talk about was getting more direct control of the airspace over this area. And it's amazing to me that they didn't do this earlier. Yeah. Because number one, you got safety concerns, but secondly, you got to really coordinate this response. And that's the federal government's responsibility under the Oil Pollution Act. And so it's amazing to me that they're just getting around to doing some of these things, because in talking to my governor back home, I mean, there hasn't been that kind of a sense of urgency.
I'm assuming you said this to them in this meeting. What's their response?
Well, they admit that they could be doing a better job, obviously. And, our job is basically to hold them accountable and say, hey, get this done. These are the issues. For instance, right now we've got Governor Jindal compiling a list of requests that he's made over the last several weeks that have gone unmet. And this is just unacceptable. We need to have a full coordination to make sure that our local governments and our governors are getting the things that they need to deal with this.
Yeah. And day 73, we're taking a look at the oil gushing out of the well on the right-hand side of our screen right now. And there's the waters, beautiful area off of Louisiana where folks ought to be getting ready for a beautiful 4th of July weekend, and that is just simply not the case. Representative Boustany, it's good to see you again. We wish you all well there.
Thank you, Martha.
And keep us posted, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We got some new numbers on jobs in America a bit earlier today.